Hi. So this is Mulan Solo, as hopefully you can see from this loading screen, and also the title of the video. It wasn't likely to be anything else, was it? To be fair, Mulan can go pretty well into support and both jungle as well. But here we're up against a Diamond Sun Wukong with the legendary skin. I infer from this immediately that he knows the matchup, and he knows how to play the matchup, which is why I move weirdly throughout a lot of this game. You'll see a lot of stuff that I do which is honestly not recommended. It doesn't really work out for me, to be perfectly honest, but I give it a go, just because I assume that he knows exactly what he's doing to a greater degree than I do. I don't play a lot of solo. It's one of my least effective roles. You ain't going to see any fine okay levels of play here. Best player in the league. Best solo player in the league, at least. But at least I hold my own. Right, that's why I'm happy to play solo. The reason this video's up, even though I know solo lane's often fairly boring, is because it's a fairly action-filled solo lane video. Yeah, for solo lane. Oh god, I apologise for this, but this bloke pops in and out of voice chat and has a very crackly mic. He's asking me to voice chat, I'm saying yes I am, and then I proceed to not talk for the rest of the game. Because I didn't want to incite him to talk further when he's that staticky and crackly. I consider starting blue here, but with the Mulan Sun Wukong matchup, it's in Mulan's favour, because my 3 interrupts his 3, and also I have higher base damage early on, so going into this matchup I already assume that within the first few levels I should be able to secure an early kill, and also that, again, my clear beats his, like, really early on. Obviously he starts out clearly as soon as he starts putting up enough points in his 1, so I'm going to start wave here. Start wave, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be able to clear all of this before Dodgy makes her way over to blue. Yeah, there we go. So I'm not going to lose any minions, so I can credit for the entire wave. He's going to lose 1, maybe 2. Maybe 2. I get credit for this blue buff as well, because Dodgy holds it for me, very nice. And I managed to hit 2. It looks like he didn't lose enough minions, because he does hit 2 as I come back into lane here. And you'll watch how he... yeah, there we go. You watch how he does, and how he uses his abilities throughout the entire game. He's very much making sure to hit either both me and the wave, or just me. I'm not sure about the just me thing. I think you probably, if you get the choice, if you're forced to choose between hitting your opponent in the wave, you should hit the wave. But that's just my way of thinking about it. The way he comes up to try and fight me while I'm at his T1 tower and there are still archers to be cleared, I think is a mistake, because I have an AoE auto in my chain and he doesn't. So if he tries to fight me there, like, I can keep clearing while hitting him. Not clear him a lot, but enough. I kind of vacillate between hitting the front minions and the back ones as we go. Oof, hit that 3, very nice. I'm just hitting my abilities on him here. Free poke. I checked his build before we started. He's gone the same things I've got. He's got Chaz, but he got 4 multi-pots, whereas I only got 2. I don't think I need any more than 2 to sustain through this early game. I have my 2 out there, prepared to hit him, but he shows propensity the entire game, basically, for Ox forming through me at any possible opportunity. So I was pretty sure that's what he was going to do. I have my sustain built into my 2, so I know that once that's leveled up, I'm going to be out sustaining him hard. And look at that poke. I'm thinking this might be an early kill in the next, 20 seconds or so. See what he does here. Hit him and the wave for this, and he just Ox formed and kind of sticks around. If I hit that 3, he was dead. Instead, I'm going to hit my 1, and the slow on the 1 is... I'm sorry, I'm going to hit my 2, and I know the slow on the 2 is enough, so I just walk and pressure him back into tower. If he went into jungle, I was going to chase him down. If he went into tower, obviously I get in range for my 1 as it comes off cooldown. That's basically Mulan's passive that got me that kill. Mulan's passive is the 2-second extra cooldown as it refills. You get 2 seconds off your cooldown of the next ability you use. You see it charging up there underneath the icon over her portrait. It's that little blue, I don't know what you call it, ball underneath the icons that represent the level up of her 3 abilities. Could go straight into Soul Eater here. I would normally have picked Boots and then built Soul Eater later, but I had the gold for a full Soul Eater from the first blood, so hey, full Soul Eater it is. If he comes back here with full boots, I know that I'm actually at a disadvantage, as unstacked Soul Eater is definitely worse than boots. So once Soul Eater becomes online, I become basically unafraid of this entire lane, pretty simply. However, the aforementioned action is about to begin. The Ox forms me up, and I'm like, I'm going to get you for that. No, I'm not. Yeah, I get better throughout the game, I swear, at hitting those threes, but for a lot of the early stuff, it doesn't do too hot. I should have placed down my free ward here. I should have placed it up around there, blue buff. I'm not paying enough attention to the rest of the map. I'm just focusing entirely on my clear and trying to hit my abilities on him. And I would otherwise know what was coming. The dreaded early gank of the solo, which is about to occur. I miss that too. I miss a lot of these twos, because I keep not respecting the slow that Sun Wukong has on his 2, and think I can still keep up, especially when I don't have boots, and he's got tier 2 boots at the moment. Which you can't see. Yeah, he tiger forms into me, I'm like, what on earth is that? And here's the gank. I hold my ult here, which was a mistake. Should have just used it straight off. And I die. That was 3 ults on me. Sun Wukong and Susano and Janus ulted through as well, if you saw. This keeps happening. Don't worry about it. I'm not sure why they did that. I imagine Sun Wukong was calling for it in some way, wanted to try and bring back some of the early lead he lost when I got the solo kill on him. That's fine. That's fine. It would have been nice had Darji been able to make it over to clean them up, because I put as much damage into them as I could. They were both half HP with no ults up. She probably could have killed them off, especially since she's got her Power Lao. But she doesn't, unfortunately. So, hey-o. Luckily, they don't capitalise on that to come steal my blue. Maybe they don't realise the time's up. Maybe they checked it and it spawned afterwards. But what I should be doing now is absolutely realise that rotations are going to happen, and I should be warding it out. And I haven't. I haven't been warding the right spots. I haven't warded in the right spots at all. I didn't pick up any wards when I backed, even though I had the gold for it. I had the gold for it, but I got T1 boots instead. But yeah. These are lessons I learned from this game, in fact. Things I also learned from this game is that while the matchup is in my favour, a good Sun Wukong doesn't make it easy. Right? Just because the matchup is in my favour doesn't mean I'll automatically win it. We see on the minimap Sun Wukong and Janus both right and then both going back through their tower. You watch them there, watch those sneaky bastards. And then they disappear vaguely towards my lane direction. Vaguely towards my lane direction, not, you know, immediately towards my lane direction. But in that way. I do this, and I realise that I do this wrong the entire game. Yeah, here's a second gank. Yeah, that's all their ults again. I'm just dead. Just dead. The only way I get out of those is if I ult through in a CC immune dash and don't hit any of them. So I don't have to self-root and get off the second 2 procs with my ult. But I don't do those, and that's because I wasn't paying attention to where they were. And again, didn't ward up. Did not ward up. I do it now, though. TP in, buy 2 wards. Yeah, not up for that happening anymore. No more 3-man rotations to my lane. Solo lane, this early on. Not sure what Darji's doing. Seems to be able to try and fight them at my blue buff. They kind of went to invade blue buff and backs, but they were both down. Shocked that didn't hit, but he's got 4 boots, I think, at this point. So it's going to happen. I'm not really contesting for totem here. I just want to use this as an opportunity to get free damage onto him. The free damage in solo lane as Mulan does matter, because like while now I'm about to get Soul Eater stacked, while the damage he puts in on me is irrelevant because I'm going to heal it up, the damage that I put in onto him is not irrelevant because it grants me additional abilities, right? I'm warding up in 2 spots instead of the normal 2. Try to surprise him as he comes in, but give up and leave. I didn't stay close enough to my wave to get that last Soul Eater stack, which I should have realised I needed, and I missed 2 2s in short succession here. That seemed like a bit of a delay on it to me, small bit of lag, as it came out as my character model was already flicking around to face a Sun Wukong, but hey, I miss it and I start hitting them better as the game goes on. My Soul Eater's evolved now, so I'm now no longer that worried about the lane. Even if they come and triple gank or double gank me again, I'll be absolutely fine. I've got enough healing now built into my kit, I think, to out-sustain and possibly kill them entirely. Especially with this Sun Wukong that's currently low. Yeah. If you were to ever try to defend yourself against ganks in the slow lane, I wouldn't put down those 2 wards I have. I'd put down the lower of the 2, and I'd put down the equivalent of the lower of the 2 on your side. With that, you should never get ganked. Ever, ever, ever. Ever, ever. Try and get a totem for the team. However, someone's going to come pressure me on it, so I guess I'm just going to attack him a bunch. I'm kind of low, but Darji's here. Darji doesn't do a great job in my lane for most of this. Like, she could have power-allowed him there, forced his ult. That would have been nice. But hey, she kind of... Throughout the entire game, the jungler ganks are kind of ineffective, but she just focuses on farming, and that's fine. That's fine. If you know you're not gonna do well on the ganks, the ADC gets a bit grumpy about this as the game goes on, but honestly, it's fine. It's fine as long as you're being effective somewhere on the map. The ganks are nice, but you can't always do them. I do this way too often, and he realizes what I'm doing very early on and stops falling for it, where I go behind the walls if I'm walking into the jungle, then immediately doing 180 and double back in. It's a really good tactic to close distance to people who don't want you to close distance with them. It doesn't work so well in solo, and it really doesn't work when they know what's going on. So I should definitely stop doing it, but I do it for the next 20 minutes, just solidly, all the time. There's no point. There's just no point. It's not actually going to get me anything. I'm happy to trade with him here. Then I realise as I'm trading that I'm low on mana and getting kind of low on health, and there's still 2 archers shooting me, and I've got no physical defense. So I decided to go and clear those quickly. But yeah, we trade out. I still have tons of healing. He doesn't. He's going stun to Gaia next. I haven't brought up tab to check this. And again, in solo lane, I kept forgetting to do so. Those 2 wards pay dividends, as I see Susano coming through down past their blue buff to gank me again. I pinged to go defend the blue buff, but she didn't notice that they were on the wards and didn't start coming over at all. She came out of base and went straight to the back camps, and then decided that maybe she should come over and look at this blue buff, but she'd literally walked from one side of the map to the other and it's been done. She didn't take advantage of seeing them on the wards. I get I'm a little bit of a dickhead there. Control your emotions better. There's no point shouting at them. She says I backed. I'm like, yeah, I'm the solo laner. I can TP in. I can TP into anything. So I was always going to be there.
Teleport.
But that's kind of the excitement over for the solo lane. The 2 early ganks was about as exciting as it gets. The rest of this is me clear the wave. I don't ever feel confident enough to start trying to proxy and get rotation off, because the mid lane and the jungler have shown a lot of desire to come over and gank me and be aware of what I'm doing. I tried to go and get back camps here. They're down. Alright, cool. I'll just ward this up and move back to lane. I could have gone for a proxy there, and that probably would have been where I would have proxied had I ever actually done it. But I don't, and it doesn't happen, and I suck. Again, this is just me holding my own solo. I think that with all the way he's been playing, that 3 there was me trying to double mind read him. I was expecting him to see that my 3 was about to come out and move for it, but that's not how he's been playing actually at all. He's been playing to his abilities, not to mine. He's not been juking my abilities at all. He's just been playing to hit his. You'll see, if you've been paying attention throughout all of his play, he goes to the back of this, he clears a bit, and then he walks back up to me, waiting to get close enough in range that he can't possibly miss the Ox form, like that. And then he Ox forms, yeah. Which is how I predict that, and then hit him with the 3 to stun him out the Ox form. Which is how Mulan's supposed to really win this matchup, but this is the only time I actually successfully pull it off all match. Yeah. That's just a case of me reading the player better and knowing the matchup better. Because that's how the Sun Wukongs are going to play, right? They're going to clear, and then instead of getting stuck on the wrong side of the lane, they're going to Ox form through. Again, those high wards pay dividends. I see the Sun Wukong coming out. I expect that they're going to come invade my blue again. No, apparently they don't want to actually fight me. They only want to take the easy fights, the 3v1s. Bastards. So I ping my blue buff, say defend. They don't actually turn up to it, so I can do it on my own. Which is fine, because Darji wasn't coming over either anyway. The fact that I'm not rotating, I don't think is a huge problem because Sun Wukong ain't rotating either. Like we haven't done anything in solo beyond the those initial ganks. So I'm keeping him busy, he's keeping me busy. He's got Stoner Gaia up now, so I don't really know what I'm going to do to him. I can do lots of damage to him, but again, all I'm doing here is getting poked to level up my abilities and try and get better at hitting my 3. I'm never going to kill him through his ult and through the Stoner Gaia. He'd have to make a huge mistake, which he's proven himself to be smart enough to not make throughout the entirety of this game. Stab, stab. And just keep hitting him. Like Daji's here. We know they did their blue. I saw Sun Wukong go over to do it. She's like, yeah, let's gank him. He's half HP, and then he ults out. Cool, that's it. Like gank's over. You forced his ult. What on earth this is, I have no idea. She powwows up. I imagine she was hoping to catch him down coming out of the ult, but that wasn't ever going to happen. He can choose where he lands. I interrupt his back, get some damage off. Sure, he stuns me on the tower, but I've got tons of healing, as to see. And I got an entire wave there to heal off as well. Had I realised that his backing animation is different to what I thought it was... Yeah. Speaking of, the Heimdall getting a bit annoyed. There he is. Had I realised that his backing animation hadn't fully indicated... Yes, Heimdall, we know. Had we realised that his backing animation didn't actually indicate the level of recall he had, when I stepped into tower there, I thought that was because his back was about to finish. He actually had another second on it left, and my 3 would have come up in time to interrupt it a second time, but I didn't realise he's got a different backing skin on and couldn't quite see it properly. I'm not really concerned about Totem now. It's 15 minutes into the game, so I'm just hitting him with more abilities. If he's going to stand still for them while he's doing the Totem, sweet. 3 level ups. You know, it's like I'm better at hitting the 2. Yay me. I've got T2 physical defense. He's building into physical defense as well, and then he's going to build into sledge. Like, there's just no chance of any of us killing the other one in this at all, ever again. So it's just clear minions. I probably should be going for buff invades, back camps, proxies, anything along those lines. But I'm more concerned with leveling up my abilities by hitting him effectively, artificially inflating my player damage numbers. They seem to be doing alright in the rest of the map. Like, I haven't seen a big Gold Fury go down, or like a 5-man fight mid lane. Again, Sun Wukong's not rotating to anything, so why do I need to rotate to anything? I seriously consider picking up a couple of different options for that physical protection, but I eventually decided to get the anti-heal aura, because they have a Cupid and the Sun Wukong has built double healing, as you'll see later on. Well, sorry, no, he hasn't built double healing. He's built Stone of Gaia and he has his ult healing, is what I meant. So that's gonna let me out and trade him in lane, because we've proven that he likes staying in lane. I like staying in lane. Sweet, we hang out together. That's fine. I'm just staying near him for the aura. He has blink, as we discover. So he ults down, blinks out, and this is the first fight. Bam, dead. Yeah, they walk too close in here. We don't have wards up, so I have no idea what's going on, but I see a good opportunity to get a 2-man route, and I go for it. I was walking forward on the Susanoo here, despite the fact that I knew that Daji had hit the ult in case he had beads up. Again, had I pressed tabbed at any point within the match, would have known if he had beads up. Wouldn't have even had beads. I don't think I even checked that throughout the rest of the match. I assumed he did though. I assumed he got blink beads, because that's what people get. We see Sun Wukong uses Tiger Form in here, and we know he already used ult, so he's got no ability to escape this 3 that I definitely just hit. Yeah, no. But what this definitely is, because the 3 of us here, and he's half HP, quarter HP, third HP, whatever. He's regenerating a lot with Stone of Gaia. This is a tower. This is the T1 tower down. He's just gotten mine, and we're about to get his. Tit for tat. And we're going to go do Pyro off this as well. Susanoo's dead still. He's just coming back up. The rest of the team had to back off. We poked them out a bit. And Sun Wukong's either still here and about to die, or has backed off and can't contest this Pyro. Right, there's really no other option here. We just see Giannis and the Kepri mid, so they ain't going to interfere, and there's 5 of us here, so he burst it down real quick. The team's starting to group up.
We had actually time for the fire.
Yeah, that was a good call from the Heimdall. We could have just done fire, had we realised that just how far off they'd all gone. He yeets the Giannis into Nibelheim here. I didn't bother using anything to follow up because I knew he was dead. He Aegis'd in that as well, so that's Giannis Aegis down. I don't think I realised that at the time, but had I known, I would have focused him harder in the ensuing team fights. Again, all 5 of us are here. We didn't use anything particularly beyond Heim ult to secure that kill, and we just saw Sun Wukong go back into left lane to clear out the solo wave, so he's not going to be here. So that's a free Gold Fury as well. Now we're starting to establish a little bit more of the lead that we kind of deserve for the way the rest of the guys have played this match. Damn that early kill. If I hadn't gotten that early kill on the Sun Wukong, I wouldn't have been ganked twice, I feel. They took notice of me there. I'm considering going to Chad Shield here. I think about it a lot. I click around in the items a bit and try and make a decision. But I eventually decided to go for it because we've got a Sylvanas on our team. It's going to enhance their healing. It's going to enhance my innate healing from my 2. Sounds great. I'll forget if I ever remember to finish off the item.
Can I take the blue?
Yes, absolutely. You may take the blue, Mr. Heimdall.
Thanks.
There you go. I don't need it. I don't particularly want it. I'd rather invade and steal their red, or take their blue, or anything along those lines, or just get Fire Giant. These are all good options for me. Having the blue buff right now at 19.5 minutes isn't super important. We see the Khepri mid, we see the Giannis mid. Giannis has no Aegis, he's just dead. Yeah, with no Aegis on the Giannis, he was never going to live through 5 people rotating to him through fire. The fact that we don't kill the Khepri here is irrelevant. Here we go, this is a team fight. I'm the solo laner, I'm going straight in on the Cupid, I'm missing all my abilities, I'm rooting him, I'm knocking him up, I'm popping thorns. Somehow I get this kill here. Alright, look at this. I don't know how I get that. I have no idea. I feel like he was totally out of range. I don't have any dot damage on my abilities, but yeah, apparently I managed to pick him up. Susanoo's late to the fight. All he does is ult in for a big knock-up and then run away. So, not worried about him at all. We already picked off the Giannis earlier, so the people left that can do damage were just the Susanoo and the Sun Wukong to a smaller extent, but hey, we've just pressured out the Sun Wukong mid as well. Sun Wukong's biggest strength is staying alive, so we're going to let him do that. He can stay alive, we're going to go do fire. Yankee Doodle. Well, hey. Giannis is level 14. I realised I just had a look at the match there. He's 5 levels down on some people. No, sorry, 4 levels down. I didn't realise that. I thought the Mulan had hit level 19. So yeah, the Giannis isn't going to be relevant to us. We recognise, however, that he might ult in because he didn't get a chance to ult during that last fight. So I go out and try and look for a zone. However, while that happens, Susanoo sneaks around the back and steals the Fire Giant away from us, which is really unfortunate. Psych.
Shit, nice.
There's no chance of him stealing that. Susanoo does not steal the Fire Giant, although he does try very well. And he does manage to sneak past, but the ward I placed down earlier spots him out, and the rest of the team is able to stop the DPS on the Fire Giant, wait for him to come in, burst him down and secure it. Good job from the team. I get the last bit of gold I need to back up and get my Caduceus shield. It's going to enhance everyone's healing. I did check earlier when I was looking for whether or not I should get Chad shield, but they haven't got a lot of anti-heal on their team yet. There's no anti-heal on the Sun Wukong. I believe the Susanoo has bought Brawlers, but that's it. And the Giannis is maybe building into a Divine, but still doesn't have it online yet. So hey, anti-heal, not relevant. Woohoo, let's enhance that. I don't know if you just saw what happened on the mid lane in terms of the minimap, but Heimdall does a long port in. I see that happening. I see these icons fly from base. His teleport is now down for 120 seconds or so as he teleports all the way in. So I immediately know I have to go and back him up. I was going to go and push down that right tower with Mulan and Sylvanas, but given that I now know that Heimdall has no ability to escape at all, I have to be there with him. I absolutely have to be there with him. Luckily, as it turns out, between Daji and Heimdall, they managed to pick up this Susanoo. I kind of do a bit of a job zoning out the Khepri in that, but honestly, I was just trying to get back camps. Lack of awareness on my part, but as soon as Khepri turns up, I peel off the back camps and go to make sure he doesn't save the Susanoo in any way. I haven't seen a Khepri ult or a successful res at all this game, so I'm not 100% sure what's been happening on that regard. Meanwhile, we're split pushing pretty effectively. This is the final nail in the coffin, this ult right here. Blam. I don't know what Cupid's doing, but whatever he's doing, it didn't work. He just dead. I don't know if he had no actives up. I don't know if he was busy typing to his team, if he didn't think we were going to go in there. But we kill him, and from there, I don't think there's anything they can do. Because again, we keep picking off their team one by one. They keep engaging into 2, 3, 4 of us one at a time. Meanwhile, Merlin and Savant's just been split pushing the right lane that entire time, beating up the Sun Wukong as they can. We see that clone go back, that means Sun Wukong's ult is down. It's going to be down for the next 60 seconds or so. We're going for this Phoenix. This route that lands right here means that Khepri's too close. Too close, my man. Pull him in, slow him, press my abilities on him. Decide to walk back because for some reason I thought we might not be able to end there on account of the rest of their team respawning pretty quickly. But honestly, we probably could have fought that and won it. We were way ahead in XP and pretty ahead in gold. And that's how you do the solo. I did 2 things in 2 solo fights, which was engage on the ADC, right? The second Cupid was there, he's my target. Pop thorns, walk at him, get him out of the fight, make him ineffective, and ideally kill him. That's really all you do as solo, right? Your first 2 items, and 3 items if you include boots, are to survive ganks and defend yourself in your own solo lane. And the next 3 items are win against the ADC, right? Because that's your late game. That's your late game plan in team fights. Find the ADC, find the mid laner, bully them out of the fight. Don't let them free cast in and get all their damage off. Sun Wukong I don't think was doing that on the Merlin. Look at the Merlin, 6 and 1. Look at all that damage he's been putting out. Okay, it's actually not a lot of damage, so maybe the Sun Wukong was doing his job very well. But it wasn't doing much to the Heimdall, that's for sure. So yeah, very little pressure on the backline from their team. Poor engagements as a whole. I don't think they were grouped up as quickly as we were. We were grouped up around 17, 18 minutes, ready to take team fights, ready to snowball through the lane and pick off people, ready to take big objectives. And I think they were still trying to clear as ones, and they were all on slightly different pages. So yeah, that's a shame. But hey, that's how you impact the game even slightly as solo laner. Pick something that can apply pressure and keep doing it. If the game had kept going, Mulan's late game is worse than Sun Wukong's, I think. Just because of, again, Sun Wukong's survivability. He gets into the backline, makes a use of himself, absorbs a lot of damage, then ults up, allows the rest of your team to re-engage while you heal up, then you smash back down and you've got all your cooldowns back up again. Whereas Mulan doesn't really have that same set of options. Yeah, your abilities are up or they're not. Anyway, that's it for this video. I don't know why I'm still talking. See you guys later.